You know, it happens to every fisherman. You get a boat, everything works great. Maybe 2, 3, 4 years, everything works great. Well, so yesterday, the wife and I decided we are going to take a late afternoon trip. We got out on the water about 4:30 or so. We were catching crappie, and the little handheld controller I dropped it in the back of the boat. Well, I dropped it before, didn't think nothing about it. Problem is, right after I dropped it, it worked for about 10 minutes, then it quit. Well, the trolling motor's down, and it's spot locked on one of the brush piles, and I can't get the little remote to come back on. So luckily, I had my cell phone with me. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I have a app on my cell phone that lets me control the motor, turning it off, turning it on, and going in different directions, but it don't let me stow it. I've got the Ulterra 112-pound thrust trolling motor, and everything's motorized. It's great when it works. Well, last night we had a little problem. We'd caught a bunch of fish, and we were getting ready to come in. Well, I couldn't get the trolling motor up, and it's getting into dark, and we're across the lake away from the boat ramp. So anyway, I was able to shut the motor off with my little app. So I had my app and I shut the motor off. But what I had to do, because the only way I could get it up, because I didn't have any screwdrivers on board, I do now. So one of the things they say you do, if you have to stow a Ulterra, you have to take these 2 screws out, and then there's a lever right here. You got to take a screw out, and you got to do all this screwing. Well, I was in 17 foot of water, so we ain't taking nothing out. So what was the next step? Finally got the motor stopped. That was all well and good. So I rigged mine back when I bought the boat. I don't know if you can see it. I've got a quick release on mine. So what I had to do after I got the trolling motor stopped, I had to take all this apart, pick the trolling motor up, put it in the bow of the boat where I could get to the ramp so I could put it on the trailer. That's all good. Well, I'm worried because today, and yesterday was Friday, today's Saturday, I'm supposed to take the kids out fishing. Well, I'll show you what they're doing here in a minute, because we hadn't made it to the lake yet, and it's almost 4 o'clock because they busy. But here's something else I want to show you. If you have one of these, one of your handheld controllers, this is the iPilot controller, the remote control. If you look at the center there where I took the battery out, that top post, when I dropped it, broke free, so it wasn't making contact. So what we had to do last night, we got home, we took it apart, and we got the soldering iron out. We soldered it back in, and we were able to put the trolling motor on a board across the boat, used the controller, got it to stow itself. Everything was great. So I think it's going to work. We're going to test that theory. It looks like it's going to be tomorrow now, because I don't think we're going to go out today, because they decided that instead of it being a fishing day, they were going to have a garden day. So let me show you Mutt and Jeff. Wife had to get a haircut, so she went and got a haircut today. And then Mutt, that will be Nicole, that's the daughter. So they decided that they were going to be garden queens. So here they are, garden queening. There's Miss Tanya, that's my fishing partner. That's Nicole over there. Hello. That's the daughter. We don't know who the old guy is over in the corner. He just showed up one day, so we took him in, but he stays with us now. That's my father-in-law, George. So this is one little bed they're working on right now, and I'm not real sure.
I threw watermelon seeds out and they've germinated.
Oh, great. So we got watermelon seeds growing. Well, the other thing we've been working on, I found these plans on YouTube, and my wife's been wanting raised beds for about 3 years. I've been putting her off. Well, then my daughter decided she was going to move back from Seattle, and she's a big garden freak, so they finally talked me into it. So we got raised beds. There's some green beans and some peas and stuff that I don't eat. Brussels sprouts, cabbage. I don't know what else. There's some other stuff I don't eat, but they're cooking it. And then we got some more tomatoes. We made a ton of tomatoes this summer, but boy, it got hot, and there's some peppers on the other end. So we made these, I built these raised beds for them. And so now they're gardening. So they started doing this today. Well, I'm thinking, do I want to get my hands dirty or do I want to go fishing? Well, I got overridden. So they're getting their hands dirty. I'm not. I decided I would mow, so I mowed the back part of the property today. But then hopefully there'll be enough in here. But not only are they buying plants, my daughter does so much research. That's Nicole. She has decided that she is into horticulture, so she seeds her own, plants her own, starts them from babies, does everything she needs to do in here. When they get big enough, she takes them out there. All I know is that I got about 20, I got 5 beds now, I got 20 more I got to build at some point in time. I told her I wasn't going to do it till this winter, and we'll have them ready for the spring. So that's going to be my winter. My winter job is building raised beds for the garden. Because I told them I didn't want to fight, I don't do weeds very well, and I didn't want to fight weeds with them. So we did the raised bed piece. And on this one bed where she put the green beans are bush beans. That's the green beans there. They're bush beans. They're just going to bush up. But these peas on the other side, they're the viney ones that run up. So we built this little trellis system here that we put inside the bed. And they'll run up this where she can pick them. And I'll have to build another one later on. But anyway, that's kind of what we're doing today. But just a reminder, if you're on the water, have plan B if something happens to your equipment. The big motor is one thing. You got a good trolling motor to get you back to the dock. You can get the boat on the trailer. I've had to do that one other time with the boat I had right before this one. I got into some fishing line and it froze my engine up. I ended up having to get the engine rebuilt. But we had the trolling motor and it was able to get us back to the dock. Was able to get the boat loaded. Got a little wet doing it. But yesterday was a little bit different because I wasn't going to be able to load the boat until I got the trolling motor up. So think about what kind of trolling motor you have. If you've got the one that you stow yourself, that's great. Shouldn't have any problems with it. But if you've got the Ulterra, whether it be the saltwater model or the freshwater model, make sure you have some tools on board in case it gets stuck in a down position. Or put you a quick release on your boat where you can just take it off and set it up into the boat if you need to. But we'll have the video out for the fishing, a little bit of fishing we did yesterday. We caught some fish, we didn't catch a lot. The lake's up, about 3 feet of water over the last couple of weeks. We've got 11 inches of rain. But we're gonna go back out tomorrow and see what we can do with them. Till then, always keep batteries in the boat. If you got an app for your trolling motor where you shut it down, that's a great plan. But have fun on the water. Fall's coming. Actually, it's already here. Crappie gonna turn on and get ready for the winter. It's time to go catch the crappie. See you soon. Fish out.